So even if the event did not happen the way they predicted, or it happened less, the damage is less, or humans must always be thankful that God let them tell them in advance so that we can minimize it wherever we can, some part of it. If humans even believe in the grace of God or the mercy of the Buddha and pray sincerely, honestly, humbly, repent, be good, then disaster, no matter how great, will become zero or at least minimized. I can see all that, I know all that, but I cannot prove it to you. That is the problem. Well, at least you, the God's disciple who follow me, should believe what I said. What reason do I have to tell the untruth only to make people ridicule me or look down upon me in their hearts? They might think, oh, nothing happens, she just talks. She just say anything to scare us or stuff like that. But I don't mind as long as humans can be saved, can have less suffering, and the world, the planet is still there for them to continue their lives so that they might still have a chance. If they live longer, they might have a chance to meet the master of their liking. Doesn't have to be me. To get enlightenment, wisdom, and know the all truth, then maybe they won't laugh at us anymore. Meanwhile, we do all our best to help them in whatever way possible. We help with what we can. And also, you, the God's disciples, please, you know what things I tell for you and what things I tell for the world people who are non-disciples and even non-vegan. So you don't have to apply everything that I told to do in this kind of talk, because you don't have to. Apart from what you learned from initiation, inside works, and results, just use what's good for you in any of the FNs and my lectures, especially the new initiates. Learn more from all to know, and remember why you must meditate with the Guanyin method, how to avoid traps, to protect yourself and loved ones, etc. You have the spiritual capital. Now go on to invest more for a brighter future. Love you so much. For example, I tell people to recite the Amitabha Buddha's names because that's easier for them in their busy life to recite the holy names of Amitabha Buddha. But of course they can recite any other Buddha's names, and if they have time they can recite as many Buddha's names as they wish to. And I also told people, the Christians, to call on God, Jesus, to recite Jesus' name and to remember God. But you already have things that I taught you, so you don't have to do that. I tell this to people because they are not my so-called disciples, and I can't tell them the things that I told you. So you don't always have to do what I tell on Supreme Master Television. You know it already. You just do what you've been taught at the time of initiation. Of course, you can recite Buddha's name, pray to God, Jesus also, if you wish. And some people are concerned about whether or not you should have an altar for the parents or relatives who have passed away. You can if you want to, but you should always remember their kindness and respect in your heart. But if you keep them after they die, you make an altar and put their photographs on there, then they might get attached to that place and stay in your home. Then you might feel the energy of a lower world, the wandering ghost world. It could also interfere with your spiritual elevation. So it's up to you to choose, yeah? Anyway, if you put their photo in the house, then they know it's for them. And then maybe they will not want to go anywhere except seeing you every day. So you should keep photographs of your parents if you want to remember their kindness, their greatness, their unconditional love for you. But do not make it like a fixed place and they just have to sit there next to the table where you make an altar. This is very cold for them. And sometimes they have some afterlife power. And if they don't go up to heavens, they hang around, then their power could be sometimes moody, just like you are, or when they were alive, then they might scare your children. Because children can see them sometimes. Young children, babies also can see it, and it might also scare them, especially if they were born without the grandparents or without other relatives, because they already died before these children were born. They might not recognize it. They might not feel familiar or safe seeing ghosts around. And you be also kind of binding them on earth or in your house instead of praying for them to be liberated and to go to a better place, such as heavens. Even lower heavens are still much better for them than being on this planet, kind of lost and confused and not really having a real place to rest. It's not a very good life for them. So you pray, disciple or non-disciple, pray for your relatives or friends or parents or grandparents, anyone you love, you pray for them. That's the best. It's the best for them, okay? And if you see them appear in your house sometimes, you should also use love and clear explanation. Tell them that they have already gone away from this physical world. And it's not good for them to continue to hang around as a ghost because they cannot talk to anybody. Sometimes they can make noise in the house because of bad mood or frustration, because they cannot talk to you or your children or to the, left behind husband or wife or mother or children. That's very frustrating for them. They can stand next to you, but you don't see them. They can talk to you all day, but you don't hear anything. Yeah. Some can, but rarely. That's very bad for them. They feel sad, lonely, and frustrated, and feel as if you don't care about them. So it's best to pray in your own religion, or to anything you believe in, or pray to God. Pray to God, Jesus. Pray to the Buddhas, your favorite Buddhas, selected Buddha, or many Buddhas. It's up to you. Depends on what you want to do. Pray for them to be liberated. That's the best. That's the best. You can visit their grave sometimes if you have their grave, or if you burn their ashes and just scatter them in the garden or in the forest, or bury them under the earth, but pray for them. Don't make them attached to you after they pass away from this world, because heavens are better for them. Many worlds are better than this world. Okay? All right. It's not forbidden to make an altar and bow to them every day, but it could even bind them to your house next to you all the time, and there's a lot of suffering for them, because sometimes they see things happen to you that are not good for you, but they cannot do anything, and they will suffer very much more suffering feeling than if they still have the physical body. Because without this physical body, you see things in different degree. Everything you can see far away. You can see things that if you have the physical body, you cannot see. And if they see you suffer in any way, that will make them suffer tenfold more than if they have a physical body. They can see, they can feel, they can hear everything more intense. It's just that they cannot express all that to you, and they feel very frustrated. So just better pray for them. And if they hear it, then they understand. They also thank you if they become liberated or detached from this world and go to heaven. Whatever I remember, I just keep telling you, but I didn't intend to tell you all this. It just came out like an automatic talk. Just like some people have automatic writing, heaven inspired them and then they write. For me, I told you I'm without a prescript, not writing anything, not planning anything. God allowed me to tell you some of the events like that. And if more people praying and repenting and turn to merciful life, compassionate life of a vegan style, then the world will be more and more stable, in peace, happiness. But it's also frustrating to me because it's too slow for my temperament and my wish. And meanwhile, there's so much damage and suffering for those who don't listen. But I just have to bear it. Just have to bear it. Anyway, I'm glad that the bird people are still coming and preaching to their own kind, and also other animal people who live around me, for example, they also listen, yeah. They're teaching moral standards and God's faith and all kinds of things, like spiritually. These bird people who preach, they are not normal bird people. It's like they are higher standard of bird people. Just like humans, not all people who look like humans are humans. Some of them are saints and sages, yeah? And some of them are demons or ghosts who possess the body of humans to do not good things. Some also borrow the body and do good things and be practitioners of different religious faiths to bless people. But without the Kuan Yin method, without the real High Master, their soul cannot be liberated.